All right.
All right.
Podcast episode 7 of what's the name of our podcast?
Two dude in the
Two dudes in a pod. Two dudes in a startup.
Oh, come on, dude.
Well, two dudes in a podcast is kind of catchy too.
Yeah, well. What is he talking about? Well, podcast.
Okay, today's topic is how do you, in your business, focus on the work that actually creates value in your company and in your market and for your customers? How do you block out distractions? How do you basically do the work that no one else can do, maybe, that is unique to your talents and your skill set and your position in the company? And how do you know that what you're doing is actually the right thing? Good questions. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Mr. Leslie? Well, first of all, let's just start with one question. How do you decide what is important work? What is the most important work that you do in your business? So let's just say, for example, for Rapid Bear Design, which is your graphic design company, okay? You have like a million different tasks you could be doing at any one time. How do you know and how do you decide, okay, I'm going to focus on this particular task, and why?
Yeah. Well, my service is a productized service, so people pay like monthly to get design tasks done, and so basically I have different package, but mostly two, and every package comes with a predetermined time when you get your design done.
Turnaround time.
Yeah, turnaround. So I'll say one of the first thing I do is to work on the day task for my customer. For me, for my business, that's the first thing to do, because they are the value if they get money to do that,
But just to be clear, that you don't have a team, and
Nope.
if you were big and you had a team, your priorities would change.
Yeah, completely, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. How would they change? So right now you're just doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're the designer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I had a team,
Yes. And
yeah,
you will.
yeah,
Yeah.
the task will be very different. There will be more around growing the business.
For example.
There will be looking for marketing channel to communicate about the product. It's something I don't get time to do, and that's something I really want to do. So it will be to pick niche and test and see how it goes. So yeah, will be probably that.
That creates a bit of a paradox, doesn't it? Because on the one hand, you need to deliver the work and do the work to keep your customers happy.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, you don't want to be doing that work yourself forever.
Yeah.
You want to actually grow the company as a company and not as a consultancy.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore, you have to also put time into the growth of the company so that you can bring that team on board, because you have the customer base to justify bringing on a team.
Yeah.
So how do you reconcile? How do you manage those two?
Oh, wow. I have to say that for now, I don't really do it. I'm more into just I don't have I basically don't do any marketing at the time. So the customer I have, they find the service on Google by themselves. So because now when you look for unlimited graphic design, you will find 1,000 of websites and then do it. So they just find website, look at the pricing and everything, the testimonial, and if I end up on the top 3, they will make contact with me and they will become a customer eventually. So it's mostly like this natural. They find me naturally on Google or the word of mouth. So I don't do any marketing at all. I just work for my customer only, and that's it.
Okay. So what's stopping you now from growing your company?
Um, well, I I think you need to reach a point where you uh, have enough income and customer, so you can split your earning to hire a part-time guy,
Mm.
which will allow me to free some time to start testing some marketing channel, eventually get more customer, then put the graphic designer that I hire on full time, and so on.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So yeah, but my case is kind of, it's very specific. It's very my case. What about you?
So, same thing. You took the words out of my mouth. It's a balancing act between keeping your current customers happy, and growing the company and bringing people on board to do the work so that you can focus more on growing the company. And as you know, because we work together on speedkills.io, in the past, maybe I would say 60 days, has been just a complete shift in our business in terms of where I'm spending my time.
Mm-hmm.
And before, I was doing most of the actual work of the business, the delivery of the product and the service to the customer. But now we've sort of brought on some part-time contractors
Mm-hmm.
who are good and who are responsive and who can do the work pretty consistently. And so that frees us up to focus more on marketing and processes. Because like if you're doing everything yourself, you're doing it in an intuitive way, like you know your process.
Yeah.
But when you bring somebody on who has no clue what the hell any of your,
Yeah.
you know, you have to hand them like a document or a process or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been, playing with Pipify, cool new app,
Yeah, cool. Yeah, for sure.
which you introduced to me, and writing SOPs, writing documents, we created a hiring process
Mm-hmm. For Eastern Europe.
for Eastern Europe specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And also I should say that I've tried to hire for MemberFix before and for Speed Kills, and the hiring was kind of so-so, but now I feel like we have a process that
Mm-hmm.
works. And it's exciting, man, because once you're no longer doing the thing and you can focus on actually growing the business,
Mm-hmm.
it's interesting because you're
Yeah.
like this evil mastermind guy, and you're like, okay, what can I do? Oh, okay, I can like bring on this guy and assign this ticket to this guy. You're no longer doing the digging of the hole, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, because you have to do that too, so you know your business.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. So, and you also you read this super interesting book about it, Deep Work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how you pretended like you didn't remember what it was called for a second. Like, what was it called? Oh yeah, Deep Work.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Well, 2 books actually.
Yeah.
So there was Deep Work, awesome book, and the one that I'm still reading. Actually, no, I just finished it last night. It's called Essentialism, with a really long subtitle. And both of the books kind of have the same point, which is that as you get busier, as you have more demands on your time and attention, and actually the more successful you get, the more people are gonna like email you and say, hey, you want to be on my podcast? Hey, do you want to participate in my marketplace? Hey, can I interview you? Hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And it's like, how do you decide which opportunities you should take? Because like as we know, like you have your business, Rapid Bear Design. I have my business, MemberFix, which you also helped me with. Thank you. We have our joint business, speedkills.io. If it were up to me, I would just focus on one.
Yeah. Well, I agree. For sure.
Well, we're already in with
Yeah.
these others, right? And we have customers and we have an obligation to them.
It's always an advice that I give to every newcomer into entrepreneurship. Like, don't do several stuff. Focus on one. And it's exactly what I don't do.
Yeah.
They'll say, yeah, but Leslie, man, you have this business and this business. And like, yeah,
But that's how you know
Yeah. Well,
to not to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it sucks.
Yeah. True, very true. But still, yeah, focus on one business is definitely the thing.
And saying no.
Yeah.
Saying no is big.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes.
I agree with that. I think it could be like completely like a complete podcast.
Saying no?
Yeah, saying no.
Well, that's kind of what this podcast is about, because it's like, in order to do the important work, you're saying no to all of the other work, aren't you?
Yeah, kind of, sure.
And like, I don't know about you, but usually when we go to the cafe at 8 a.m., I see you're working.
Not 4:50.
Not 4:15.
No.
We get after it a bit later. A bit lazier. But I see you working on your stuff. I don't know what you're working on. I don't bother you in that time. Although we do sometimes distract each other. It's a really bad habit. But in those first 2 hours in the morning, the only thing that I'm doing is deep work. Okay, and I categorize deep work as anything that contributes to the growth of the company in a way that won't require me. I don't know if I expressed that well. For example, writing SOPs, standard operating procedures. Man, like, every time you write a standard operating procedure for something that you do, that you're going to delegate to somebody else, you're basically telling this person, like, this is exactly how I do this thing. Here.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't understand it, tell me, we'll modify the SOP. Now you don't have to do it. It's his responsibility now, or hers. And to me, that's a very liberating act. And I feel like, man, I'm moving the business forward because I'm freeing myself up from tasks that actually I don't need to be doing. Because I'm not so brilliant that I'm the only one who can fucking answer a support ticket or upload a report to Google Drive. No, anybody can do that. So what does that leave you with? That leaves you with the stuff that is interesting and actually grows the business, like writing content. And even, you can argue, you can hire a content manager and writers, and you don't have to write the content yourself, but maybe you enjoy it. I don't know. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I like it too. But yeah, I'm not a native, so my content is not like.
Your content is good, man. I know you beat yourself up about it, but
yeah, well, I agree. Like, I like writing content anyway too. So, okay. Well, I guess deep work is not like answering email or stuff like that.
Definitely not.
And
do you answer your email in the mornings? Like, what time do you look at your email usually?
Oh, I just give 1 hour per day answering email. It's very strict.
Like in the middle of the day?
It depends, but when I do it, I just do it like completely for 1 hour. Just answer everything, like close email, answer the one I can answer immediately, like separate, whatever. I try to absolutely not using email as a working tool. I think it's not made for that. And
what is it made for?
Well, that's a good question, but for me, it's definitely not like a working tool. It complexifies everything. It's Freshdesk is a working tool, like a customer wants something, he open a ticket, we have a follow-up on it, we can assign it to a dude, we can put tag on it, we have, the whole follow-up stuff it's made for that.
It's made for that, yeah.
Email is a communication tool, and I think it should not be used for managing requests, client requests. Should be just managed to set up meetings or like general communication, but not working. So yeah, that's why I'm not using much, and I allow it just 1 hour per day. So sometimes. So
that's your rule. That's one of your rules.
Yes, because otherwise your email would just pop up all the time. You receive email just all the time, basically. So
which is incredibly distracting.
It's very distracting, and it's kind of a rabbit hole too. Like if you have a customer that like email and see you answering them, they will just like continue to send more and more and more. But if my customer, they know that I'm not going to answer email.
Yeah.
or depend when they send it. But if my hour is passed, I will answer next day.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it's urgent, they will go through different channel. Like Fresh Desk, obviously, is the main one.
Mm. Okay, and let's say that you have, I don't know, 10 tickets in Fresh Desk. How do you know which one to do?
Well, because like I say, I have a different package. I have two main package, and the delivery turnaround time. Thank you. Is different for the two of them. So depend on the package. I know that I have like 2 days to answer this one, and I have like 3 days to answer this one. So I have tag that are set up automatically on my Fresh Desk and colors. So they just like arrange themselves. I know that I have to do
Really?
those one. Yeah.
Can you set that up for us?
Yeah, sure.
Because we don't have that. For
You can create like a, say like this customer is into this category, which means that you have this amount of time to finish this ticket.
Okay.
And you can assign like a color, so you will see the one you have to do fast and the one you have time for.
Okay. By the way, you're not as big on time tracking as I am.
No, that's true.
I think you don't really like it.
Yeah, it's not that I don't like it. I see the potential of it. I should do it more. Yeah.
But you don't like it.
Uh,
Hey, if you don't like it, it's okay. You can say you don't like it.
No. I can't say that I don't like it because it's not true. It's just I'm not used to it.
You're not. It's not a habit.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. It's not a habit. It's not a habit.
Okay. I don't like it. Still. But now that I see the benefits of it, I'm starting to like it.
Yeah,
like with any positive habit, right?
You see where your times go, so.
You see where your time, and I see where your time goes.
Yeah.
And I see where whoever's time goes.
Mhm.
And some customers take up a disproportionate amount of time and effort. And here's the thing, you don't have to keep customers who aren't a fit with your company. I'm not saying that like, oh, we're afraid of work and this customer is requesting a lot of work.
You're right.
But some customers, they make a lot of demands.
Yeah.
And maybe some are also less than polite about it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we don't have any of those customers right now.
No.
We do have a few customers who send in more requests, but that's a natural distribution. But I would say that we've been pretty lucky with our actual customers being pretty freaking cool people, interesting entrepreneurs in different markets and stuff. So I have to say that that's cool. But tracking our time, and I use Toggle, amazing time tracking tool. It also, it's like a meditation about work in a sense, because it makes you aware of how you're spending your time. You see the clock ticking. Holy shit, have I really been working on this one ticket for 90 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
90 minutes is like a third of your day. Like a good 90 minutes, right?
Yeah, sure.
We talked about this earlier. On a good day, you're really productive. What?
Yeah,
like
that's
4 hours.
Yeah, that's another cool thing.
Really productive.
Yeah. You don't. Yeah, the amount of time that you have where you're really productive is like pretty short. That's 4 to 5. I'll say 5 tops.
5 tops.
Yeah.
Okay, talk about your schedule a little bit. Like, what's your day to day?
Well, I wake up at 12. No, I'm joking.
You're talking about me.
Okay, so here in Phuket it's different. My schedule changed completely, mostly because we don't have place to work from that are open early. That's the most.
I mean, 8's pretty early, dude.
Yeah, for you. 8 for me is like, damn, it's like half of the day is already gone.
Come on.
I'm joking. Well, basically, wake up. We usually go to We Coffee.
Yeah, We Cafe.
We Coffee.
It's here in Phuket.
Yeah.
Represent We Cafe.
Yeah. Decent coffee place that open at 8. It's a really good connection. So and you can
Yeah,
you
great
can eat.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and you can eat there.
Standing desk.
Yeah, standing desk. So, yeah, they know us now.
Yeah, they
It's
do.
like-
You want a mocha and you want a mocha, right? Okay, coming right up.
So yeah, I do the same thing as you do. Usually morning is now I'll do the 90 minute straight. Well, the 90 minutes straight working on Mammofic stuff.
On tasks.
Yeah,
Okay.
on task. Straight up.
And by the way, I told you this before, and of course you're free to do whatever you want, but I think if I were in your shoes, I would spend the first hour or two of the day working on some kind of deep work.
Yeah.
So something that really, because doing member fixed tasks, that's like the job, part of your job, right?
Yeah,
But does it really create value in your business? Not really.
No, but yeah, well, that I think it's connected with the not doing too much thing at the same time. So it's more like at the moment we are on growing up Memberfix, and which is completely makes sense because it's make money and we should like growing it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I at the same time do like deep work growing my business too, I'll just give myself more work, and
That's true,
I will
that's
just
true.
have less work to work on growing Memphis.
Very nice point.
We just like just
Very nice
no
point.
no working.
So
So
how many things are you working on right now? Kind of too many, wouldn't you say?
Well, I have my customer for Rapid Beer.
Yeah.
Well, there are not many, so it's okay.
And that's a pretty low like mental investment, right?
Yeah. Well, depends on. Well, mentally, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's graphic design, so I don't need to manage to transferring
Yeah.
WordPress instance to a new server and set up DNS and all the shit. So, yeah, it's pretty okay.
You need an infographic or an original logo. This is your man right here.
And so that's kind of okay. Then I have the Mammofic task. They are more complex, of course. Some of them they are really more complex, more demanding mentally.
Mhm.
Then, well, here in Phuket now, we're going to open like a co-working space, which is pretty cool. And I team up with a resort owner here named Philip. He's the owner of Cocoville, which is a super nice resort on the street in Chalong here in Sotayed. And he has this big space. Basically, he was thinking to do something with it, and it's like maybe 3 years now that I say to him like, hey Philip, like co-working space is kind of cool stuff. We should open one on the street. Someone should do. And I don't know. This year is like, just pop up on his mind. Say, hey, you know what? I have a floor that I don't use, like a room there. We can maybe do a co-working space. I said, yeah, okay, let's go. And just ask my help. I mean, I offer my help to do it because I already opened a co-working space in the past, so I have experience on it. And it's go pretty fast. We're going to open next week, I think. So yeah, it takes some time too, but it's really not demanding mentally or technically or whatever. It's mostly Philip asked me question about what to buy, what kind of chair, what kind of table. It was me for like a few hours to set up a website. Well, no, I set up everything with Divi, which is a WordPress template that we use a lot because it's amazing. You should use it. And I use this template since it's available, so I know it pretty well. It's super fast for me to set up a website with it. So yeah, I think since the very beginning of this project, I maybe spent 5 to 6 hours on it. Like,
okay, that's not too bad.
no, that's completely okay. So yeah, and that's I think is the problem when you're an entrepreneur. I think you suffer the same thing. I think we have a word for that from a book, like when you attracted by a new project. What
The
is it?
shiny object syndrome. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like
Absolutely.
you see opportunity all the time, and this co-working space opportunity it's too big to say no. I mean, I will.
Is it? Well, okay. Let's say that it's not too big to say no because you can say no. But the fact is that you're not getting your needs met to the degree that you want from your other ventures, which is what makes you look in another place. Like if you were making like $15,000 per month in what we're doing, maybe that would actually even make you more inclined.
Exactly. I still think we need a co-working space on this street anyway. So I think it's for us too, because we're going to work from there.
Yeah.
So it's and it's kind of like, I mean, we were talking together about open a co-working space here. So, and it's kind of like someone show up and say, hey, I will pay for everything. It's like, oh no, it's okay, thanks bro, all the stuff, come on. It's like 6 hours of my time and like a co-working space going to open up. It's a good opportunity. So
yeah, that's true.
I'm attracted by shiny stuff like all the time.
Absolutely.
All the time. And yeah, I think this one is okay.
Yeah, that's like a low investment kind of thing.
Yeah.
But do you remember? Here's a good example. We were in Chiang Mai. And when we were there, we were working on MemberFix, Rapid Bear Designs, Speedkills.io.
Yeah.
And then we had like a side project for the weekends called Coffee Squid.
One side project?
.io.
Are you sure?
Oh, we had two side projects. We had Coffee Squid. What was the other one?
BJJ Fighter.
Oh, the BJJ thing. Yeah. Well, that didn't go very far at all. Well, Coffee Squid we got pretty.
Yeah, but still.
It was still, yeah. And I remember the day that we started that thing. We were in camp in Chiang Mai. We were like, hey man, what would be cool? 30 minutes later,
we were setting up
WordPress and
server, all the shit. Yeah.
And that's absolutely not the right thing to do.
No.
It's a terrible pattern.
Yeah. But we correct pretty fast after that.
And by correct, you mean that we just kind of forgot it. But Coffee Squid, we kept working on it.
Yeah, sure. It's still like something we're going to do.
We're going to do it,
100% sure.
And we're still kind of doing it, but now we've, it's no longer like an active project. We're just collecting cafe data, basically, in Airtable.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool because when we do have the time and we do have the resources to actually turn it into something useful, we'll already have a bunch of data. Which is not hard. If you go to a cafe, just add some stuff here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about social media and staying focused? Like, I don't know about you, but I have a problem with like going on YouTube and looking at like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu videos.
Oh yeah.
I have a big problem with that, man.
Yeah.
And it's automatic. Like I'm not even thinking about it. Oh man, I wonder. This guy has really blah 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 blah. Next thing I know, it's like 30 minutes, and my clock is still running for my task.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I was like, fuck.
Well, I don't have this problem. I'm not really addicted to YouTube.
Yeah, but you're always on Facebook, man.
I'm on Facebook because I manage group and page, so I need to be there.
Do you?
Well, I mean, what do you mean by you're always on Facebook? Because I'm not always on Facebook. I'm connected to Messenger.
Yeah, because I can see your like how many minutes ago you were online.
Yeah, because my Messenger, I use messenger.com, so I pin the messenger.com all the time.
So you're telling me you're not on Facebook all day?
Well, it's not Facebook. It's just the Messenger part of it. That's why on Facebook you see always all the time.
Do you need to be on it? Who are you? I mean, is it about work? Is it deep work? Is it?
No, is it not? Is it not? Completely not. It's just like, but when I'm on, it's true that this Messenger is always open. This because family and friend are on it, and yeah.
So you don't make like a time, like you say, okay, I have 1 hour to answer email, and you answer email in that time.
Yeah.
You don't have a similar thing for messages from friends and family?
No, my stuff is open all the time. It's mostly I have friends like pretty much everywhere on different timeline. So it's just some of them. If I really want to talk to them, I have some news. I need to be online. But anyway, like if I'm on deep work stuff, I
need to be online.
I need it. I don't want to miss an opportunity to talk with them. But yeah, deep work should be without Messenger, 100% sure. Okay, so but for me it's not social media. It's like messaging app. Social media, I try to to post like, because like for example for the co-working space I
Mhm.
create like a page and I try to post one thing every day, but it takes me really like 10 minutes 15 minutes to just do something.
But like I think that we downplay the significance of even small time investments in terms of how they affect your attention.
Mm-hmm.
Because and I could say, because I have a Facebook page for speedkills.io.
Mhm.
We do,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah, I have a group too for Rapid Bear.
and there you go. But even like just spending any amount of time thinking about that, it's like it somehow enters your brain and it takes over a chunk of your brain, and that
Mhm.
chunk was thinking about like other stuff
Mm-hmm.
that actually is making money. You know what I mean?
So you would say like like Facebook group and business pages, they have no value in business.
I'm not saying that, but I would say that of all the things that you could be doing in your business to move it forward,
Oh yeah.
that is probably one on the lower part.
Yeah, sure.
For the co-working space, it's a little bit different because you're gathering. It's still a concept, and you have to validate the concept,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to find out what it is that people actually want to have in the space.
Mm-hmm.
So that's different, because you need that. That's fundamental. But in terms of like posting an article, retweeting
Yeah,
something,
but yeah,
not valuable.
but Facebook group for your customer.
How much money have
Yeah.
you made from your Facebook groups? Zero, I bet. Zero.
Yeah.
Nothing. I've made $0 from Facebook.
Yeah, because we're not really into it. We're not really using it. Like, it's not like the 9 to 5 group, for example.
That's exactly the
yeah.
point. Is if you're gonna do it,
You should.
you need to do it.
Yeah.
Not like this, like make out in the back seat bull crap. You gotta go all the way.
So what we should remove those group.
I think someone we know that we both know. I'm not gonna say who, but he messaged me recently and he's like, "Hey Vic, listen, how do I install like WordPress on my website?"
Okay. I wonder who is it.
And so, but these days I'm getting a lot of these kinds of messages like, "Hey Vic, can you give me some advice? Like, what is like caching? I don't know what that is. These are just like kind of friends and acquaintances and stuff." And the thing is that, first of all, you can Google all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not so important that like I don't have time to answer my buddy a question.
You should create like a Vic.
Like a Vic bot.
A Vic bot. Yeah, a Vic bot, and they will just like every time say Google it, Google it.
That's what I usually say.
Yeah.
Actually, I usually don't say that. I'll
Let me Google that for you.
I don't reply.
Yeah.
Because if you reply, you're saying it's okay to ask me a question that you can find out the answer for yourself very easily. And and I don't owe my time to you because I have better things to do. It's not that I'm better than you, but I do have better things to do. You know what I mean? And sometimes, by the way, to flip the coin, I might message somebody on Facebook and I'd be like, "Hey man, like how do I do this thing, whatever?" And they don't respond to me. Like, you know what? I understand.
Yeah.
Because actually this is not a question that this person needs to spend time. Like they don't owe me their time. And by the way, that's one of the things in the book Essentialism that he talked about. You can say no without being a douchebag. You can do it politely. And you should get in the habit of saying no more often.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely say no more often. Somebody invites you out to dinner, but you know you have to do some important work. No, thank you. You want to go to a second time to the gym that day? This was
yeah, okay.
No, but dude, can I tell you something?
Sure.
I do go sometimes twice a day, but I've actually cut back a lot because last month I was going to like wrestling.
Yeah.
I was going to jiu-jitsu, and then sometimes I was going to jiu-jitsu again, and I was lifting weights. And I wasn't working a lot. I was working like 3 hours per day, man, max. And then I realized, I said, okay, what is essential to my athletic goals? I want to be good at jiu-jitsu, and I want to remain strong and looking pretty good. So what do I have to do? What's the minimum dose to maintain that? Okay, well, I love wrestling, It makes you tough as nails, but I can't spare that time anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So wrestling's out.
Mm-hmm.
One day I'll be back to wrestling. So now it's just the focus is just jiu-jitsu once a day, sometimes twice if there's nothing going on, and weightlifting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it, man. And just cutting out wrestling automatically improved my schedule. Now, like the beach, I want to go to the beach in the middle of the day. If I have stuff to do, I won't do it. Because our priority is to grow our company so that one day we could do whatever the fuck we want because we have the time and the freedom and everything. But if we cannot sacrifice now, we're never going to get to that place. It's a test of our discipline. You know what I mean? So, which leads to another good point. Sometimes we have female friends that we spend time with. They come stay with us maybe. How do you not get distracted in that situation? If you don't, because you kind of do. Unavoidably, you get a little bit distracted, but.
Well,
yeah.
I will say
Yeah.
it depends. What kind of friend we're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So I had a friend that stayed with me for months,
Mm-hmm.
and but she's an entrepreneur too. So she was working as much as I work.
Mm-hmm.
So if I compare that to well, let's say my ex-girlfriend, which is not an entrepreneur, she was working too, so maybe it's not the best example, but
Well,
if you like, the thing is, like, say like, hey, let's wake up at 8 and go spend like 3 to 4 hours walking from a coffee. It was like, oh yeah, sure, let's go, because I have to work too. So from that part, it's kind of okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not fucked up my working habits, but it fucked up all the rest.
What do you mean?
Like training, diet.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because she was just there for a month, so we do a lot of like outside dinner
right.
and stuff like that. You know,
Which
like,
takes time.
Yeah,
And you're
exactly.
drinking maybe a little bit. Yeah.
no drinking, but
Okay.
like eating outside the street, on a restaurant, like all the time. Sometimes breakfast. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
So you lose your you lose the Spartan mentality a little bit. Right?
Yeah.
You become
because
more of a
yeah. I mean, it's a
more of a French and less of a Russian, right?
yeah, exactly. But you know, like you have this person come to see you, and you want to spend some time with
Yeah, understandable. Yeah.
So.
And you're spending money too, by the way.
Oh yeah, also sure. Yeah. I was planning on saving this month, and I'm not saving anything.
No?
No. I spend all my income basically. So yeah, it's well, you can't be. I mean, if you if you do what you used to do and keep on your stuff, I mean, what for this person visit you? Yeah. You're not going to like, okay, we have just the weekend, so just take a condo on the street and we'll just see on the weekend. You know, it's weird. So
Yeah,
I would say it's impossible.
I would say so, and I would say that goes back to an earlier discussion we had, where really like a committed long-term relationship is not very compatible with entrepreneurship unless that person is
An entrepreneur.
an entrepreneur or somehow in some other way extraordinarily complements you and supports you and is just totally understanding of your. And man, it's hard. Like, you know, some partners, they don't understand what you're trying to do. They think you just are in love with work. No, man. Believe me, I would rather be fucking chilling.
Yeah, sure.
Well, work is fun, but it's not the only thing in life, right?
No.
Okay. So basically, we're trying to get at the point of what is essential to work, what is essential to creating value in our businesses, and what if we sort of do a thought experiment and say, okay, it's 2020, right now it's 2017, so it's 3 years from now. Our business is doing really well. Maybe we're at 7 figures. We have a nice team. We're location independent. We sort of are already. And how are you spending your time on a day-to-day basis? Because now it's more complex.
Mm-hmm.
You have more demands. You have more pressure. You have more people who are like messaging you on Slack and on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
and wanting to do stuff and
Mm-hmm.
inviting you to
Mm-hmm.
seminars
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
all that speaking. How are you gonna filter all this noise?
Well, so we're 3 years from now, and we have money now, so it's cool. So I have a VA, 100% sure. I have a dedicated VA that's just like going to filter. I mean, I'm going to teach him.
No.
He's just going to filter everything. So when I wake up and I look
I
at
told your mom to fuck off. Your sister called, said you died.
just like I wake up and when I look at my mail, I have just the importance of I know that I can trust 100% my assistant, and I just like what is in my mailbox need to be answered. So
Okay, but why are you starting your day looking at your mailbox?
No. I mean, it's an example. It's just to say that I will work with a VA that's 100% sure. So
VA, okay.
I will do only deep work during the day.
Ideally, yeah.
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 That's it. That's the only thing, and I will spend the rest learning stuff
Mm-hmm.
and like training and do everything I want to do. But like it will be that, yeah. Like a VA will manage everything. I will do just deep work for the company. Then spend the rest of the time between learning a lot. Like learning will be like a big part of it. Then training and traveling and
Learning is good.
yeah. No, sure.
It makes you smart.
Yeah, you need time to say that. So I will learn. I have an account on Skillshare,
Mm-hmm.
and so many things. It's just
You know what? That's a really good point, because if we look objectively at our business, a lot of the really good decisions that we've made have been the result of reading some influential book or listening to some influential business figure. Like watching Shark Tank doesn't count, I think. It's fucking entertaining though, man. Have you seen Shark Tank? Ah, dude, it's really cool. You know what it is though, right?
nope.
I'm gonna show you a clip after we're done with this for sure. Like for example, the decision to spend the first 2 hours of every day doing deep work,
Mm-hmm.
well, it's the result of reading deep work. The decision to say no to a lot of opportunities, the result of reading essentialism. Now, I just got this book in the mail. As you know, Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson just came out. Yeah, get it. Use our affiliate
Click
link.
on this link.
Well, one of the interesting things he says in this book is he says, he's the founder of ClickFunnels, and he acquires all of his customers at a profit. Well, most people pay to acquire their customers, so how is he acquiring them at a profit? Well, he sells them information products,
Yeah.
and he has like a value ladder, like cheap information product, more expensive information product. Oh, by the way, if you want to implement the information in these information products, I have a software suite that makes all of that stuff really easy. And ClickFunnels is actually a really freaking cool app. I really like it. You need to be earning a certain amount of money to be able to afford it. It's like $300 a month. But if you're at that level, I think it's a really cool app. And then he sells like a $20,000 coaching, events, books. How many copies did he sell? Like 60,000, right? Like on the first day, or 30,000 or something. And the affiliate program for this book is crazy, man. It's a funnel. He's a funnel guy.
Of course.
So you get the book. No, first they get your email, then they pitch you the book. You get the book. You get offered 2 upsells. Then you're on the email list. You're getting offered ClickFunnels. You're getting moved from different email.
Mm-hmm.
It's genius stuff. And so, but anyway, the point is that after reading this, excuse me, I thought, well, what is a problem that is common to our customers, to our tribe, and to our market? It's hiring good people. That's why they hire us, right? For MemberFix. Well, what if you could hire your own team member without all of the usual bullshit associated with hiring, like going through a bunch of terrible applicants, trying to filter out who's good and who's not? You can't really tell. What if somebody had already taken care of that? Well, recently we've been hiring a lot, and specifically in Eastern Europe. What if we made case studies out of it and we helped people to do the same thing? We could make that an information product. And then we could use that information product to sell our core services like hosting. I mean, if you're hiring in Eastern Europe, you're probably building a team, which means you probably have something that you're selling, which means you probably need hosting. Maybe you need assistance in the form of MemberFix. Maybe you need graphic design. Maybe you need a co-working space to go work at if you're in Phuket. So all of these kind of ideas are really this sort of self-education. It's really important, and if you, like you said, if you can find time for it and make it a routine, then that means you're routinely evolving. You're making evolution in your business and in your personal life like a habit.
Yep. What?
I just talked for like 10 minutes straight and you're like, yep.
I mean, I agree with everything you say, so I'm not going to speak like for 10 minutes to just like validate everything that you just say. I completely agree. It makes completely sense. And yeah.
Well, but you say you're going to focus on education. Do you mean like business education? Or?
Yeah, completely. Because I think you need to stay sharp. If you like, I think one of the biggest mistake you can do is like if you grow your company into X level and you just like basically stop to be into the process of it, you will not lose your company because like you will hire people that know their shit. Yeah, you might, but like basically you will be hire people that know that are state of the art into the whatever you do, and they will taking care of it. But I think it's not. I think it's just the one thing to do. You should stay sharp, and always like continue to learn. So I will continue to learn. I will continue to learn some graphic design stuff. I will continue to learn some coding stuff. I will continue to learn. Just continue to learn. Stay sharp. New technology show up all the time.
That actually brings up an interesting point. Is because when, let's say you give yourself 90 minutes a day to learn, to further your education, how do you decide? Because there's an infinite amount of things that you could learn.
Yeah.
How do you decide what you should be actually spending your time on? Because you're not a coder. So should you really be learning code?
No, it's not about learning.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not about learning code. It's just like, just to stay sharp. I mean, I have knowledge. I can do a little bit of PHP. I can do a little bit of JavaScript, a little bit of CSS. But those language evolve all the time. You have new frameworks show up, like you have new CSS frameworks show up all the time. New, same for JavaScript. It just to get to know them. You don't need to learn how to use them, but just to be aware that they exist. And for example, let's say you have like maybe, I don't know, like 1,000 of different CSS framework, but like the one they really use, this may be just 3, maybe 4, like that actually web designer really use. So you need to know those ones. And
why would you need to know that?
Because if you work with those technology, and if you, it means that at one point you will maybe going to interact with some of your employee that use those software, or recruit someone, like hire someone for doing web design. And if you don't know your shit, I mean, you're not going to really like understand what this guy says. Say, yeah, I use this framework and this framework, but maybe like those two frameworks, they're just like shit framework, and what kind of like a CEO or a director would you be if just like a random web designer say, yeah, I'm going to use the worst, shittiest framework ever, and you will be like, okay, cool, so I must sound good, man. Okay, let's go.
But don't you think that at a certain point you have to say that I can't know everything?
No, it's not about knowing.
And
Just, you don't need to know how to properly use it. You just need to know that it exists and they are actually the top notch stuff to be used.
Well, like, let's say you're running a giant company, like best case scenario, or like fucking multi-million-dollar huge company. You're gonna have like a human resources nightmare because you're gonna have to learn like, oh
yeah, no, I mean,
look, there's all these accounting frameworks, there's all these CSS frameworks.
yeah, well,
You're gonna need to be able to like delegate that stuff
yeah, sure.
and trust that the people underneath you are taking ownership.
Yeah. Well, okay.
And they're getting after it, and so you have to trust their opinion. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like thinking globally, thinking big. It's like it means that you're not looking at that stuff.
Okay, well,
You're looking at like, okay,
in that case,
how can I develop a hiring process to bring on like a master designer?
Mhm.
Then how can I collaborate with that master designer to create a kick-ass hiring process for junior designers that looks for things like which framework they use? You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Okay, well, but in that case, I will.
but if you like it, if you enjoy it, the education, that's a different story because it's just
Yeah. I mean, my point is like you should never stop learning anything. I will learn like how to do origami.
you know how to do origami.
I know a few of them, but not. You can do like
You
crazy
may
shit.
do
I
A
can.
squid?
Squid is kind of complex, but yeah, it's kind of meditative stuff.
I wonder if somebody has actually created a squid
In
origami.
100% sure.
100%. Well, it has to be, right? Because it's Japanese.
Oh, man, it's just like
Squid.
you have like absolutely everything in origami. Huge origami community.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Squid origami.
you can do anything.
It's a good niche.
Yeah.
Make a lot of money teaching people how to make origami.
Oh man,
Let's do it. On that note, I think we could probably wrap it up, yeah?
Yeah.